And he was talking about the dislike and the animus that they want to bring out. And you started acting in porn to make more money, Susan Necheles says. Correct. Don't we all want to make more money? Then she goes into the part about how you hate President Trump, that you want him to go to jail. And Stormy Daniels essentially says yes. And then the fact that she has not paid Donald Trump. She owes him $660,000 and you haven't paid a penny of this. You've chosen to disobey. And she said, correct. You will never pay President Trump. Correct. While all of this is happening, Laura Jarrett is keeping a close eye on the jury. She reports the jury is very attentive, watching this heated cross carefully. Also, court officers are now telling reporters they can't use binoculars, which is, I don't know if you've ever had that situation before. But what we didn't know, we could only assume, was what Susan Necheles's sort of demeanor was. Now we know it's a very heated cross.
Also, they haven't heard from Susan before. She has not had a role. And it's also true with respect to Susan Hoffinger. It's sort of the two Susans, who, by the way, are colleagues and know each other and respect each other. So, you know, this is something they're both doing their job in court. Just remember, at the end of the day, the jury is going to be asked, not do you like the person? You know, this isn't a question of who do you want to have a drink with and do you think they're admirable? I mean, David Pecker is not an admirable person. You know, he, by his own account, said, I engaged in intentional defamation in cahoots with the former president. I engaged in a catch and kill with the former president. And that was for money and power, and he was doing that. Keith Davidson didn't look particularly good. I mean, but that's not the issue.
But they're describing this now as a grilling. People in the overflow room say this is a grilling. Could that be a step too far?
I don't think so. I really think, you know, first of all, I think both sides have to be careful. You know, with the prosecution, if you go too far, it's going to be used against you. It's going to be were you trying to just prejudice the defendant in the eyes of the jury when it's not really relevant. If you cross-examine too hard and too much when you could have done the same cross with Mr. Pecker, who, you know, let's look, these people are who they are. David Pecker's testimony was beyond shocking, right? This is, I mean, you are in the media, and imagine that this is somebody who is, maybe it's sort of down market, but it is somebody in the media saying, oh, yeah, I engaged in intentional defamation, and I was doing this for a political candidate.
Yeah, it was like out of a movie almost, as I was listening or reading about that testimony.
Right. I mean, for you in your world, you would be saying this is beyond the pale. But I think at the end of the day, you know, I think it's really worth remembering this is not, for people who dislike Donald Trump, it is not this. You know, it could be the way he handled COVID. It can be the way he dismantled the Justice Department. You know, whether he is, you know, having affairs or not, and is really, that's not sort of the big picture about for people who really don't want to vote for Donald Trump. It's not this. This really is relevant to a specific criminal case where it's a question of was there a conspiracy with respect to the election, and was there a cover-up? And this goes to the information, what they're seeing in front of them, the jurors are, is this is the information that the state alleges was being kept from the electorate in October.
Let's go back into the courtroom right now, and we'll see as Susan Necheles continues her cross-examination. Jurors are seeing a tweet from Stormy Daniels from November of 2022, in which she writes, I don't owe him bleep, and I'll never give that orange turd a dime. The crying, laughing emoji. Necheles asks, that's you making fun. You despise him. You call him names all the time. Daniels, yes, because he made fun of me first. Necheles, okay. At the time you made that tweet, there were already 2 federal court orders ordering you to pay money, correct? Objection sustained. Necheles, debtors are required to fill out a form disclosing assets under penalty of perjury. You have totally refused to fill out that form, correct? Daniels, false. Necheles, you gave interview to Jeff Toobin saying you were not going to fill it out. Daniels, it has been filled out. Objection, and that's overruled. Necklace, did you recall giving an interview to Toobin where you said you would not fill out that form? Daniels, yes. Necklace, I'm fully prepared to go to jail before doing this. Did you say that? Daniels, yes. You filled out the form? Daniels, filled out parts of it. My attorney did it for me. Adam, what's Susan Necklace really trying to do here?
She's trying to show that this is somebody who is subject to a court order without getting into the details really of how this came about. But there's a court order ordering her to pay money to Donald Trump stemming from this failed lawsuit about the NDA, the one that was filed with Michael Avenatti in California. The judge ruled that the case was frivolous, and that's a ruling that applies to the party, not to the lawyer. Sometimes could apply to the lawyer, but the lawyer ends up going to jail separately. Here, the court order says your lawsuit suing to get out from this NDA was frivolous, and you owe money in attorney's fees, and then they appealed it, and that lost, and she owed even more money.
So does this hurt Stormy Daniels' credibility? That's the goal, I assume.
That's the goal. Is, hey, there's a court order and you aren't following it. Do you not follow the law? Do you not have respect for the law? There's a court ordering you to do something and you're not doing it. This seems like a red herring or a tangent, but they'll come back to it later at closing when they start listing all of the problems with this witness.